So tell us how you got started, the crazy story of how you guys got into serving lawn care business owners.
Actually, our story goes back personally to 5th grade, where we were racing, doing our spelling words. That's one of our earliest memories. Joey remembers a lot more of that time period. So 5th grade, fast forward, we did have a fling in 7th grade. That ended when Joey decided he was too cold and didn't want to share his jacket anymore.
She kept asking for my jacket. I couldn't focus in class.
We were done. So that was 7th. We kept up a little bit during the high school years, but he had moved on to a different high school. And so we actually kept up via competition games. So that's been kind of the basis of our relationship since the start. It's been Scrabble, it's been spelling words, it's been words with friends, some chess.
Who's better at Scrabble?
So Scrabble, actually, I remember back way when we were pretty evenly.
I used to beat you all the time, and then you got gradually better.
And I think the same is true with chess. Like, he used to beat me all the time, but then kind of started to give him a little bit better competition.
She's been binge watching chess videos for like the last 6 months trying to beat me. So she's really starting to put some pressure on me now. So I'm gonna have to step my game up a little bit.
We've been competing ever since we met, but we reconnected actually via his sister. So now my sister-in-law, and she just randomly messaged me online one day and said, "Hey, when are you gonna date my brother?" And I'm like, "Oh, never." But she invited me out to one of his football games, so still competitive, and I enjoyed being out there and really enjoyed being with his family. It didn't take long. We dated maybe 6 months and then got married around 2000. That was 2017.
Yeah, October 2017.
Yeah, October 2017. So actually, just our personalities coming together, learning that first year of marriage, we both were discovering about ourselves that our body was just sort of revolting against the 9 to 5. We just thought, I was a teacher before, and so I was very used to 9 to 5, actually a little bit more than 9 to 5, because you take all your work home, you're grading, you're preparing for the next day, you're prepping. And so I just thought, how do people do this, and parent and family and life? How do they do all this? And so, yeah, I think just during that period, we both were trying to think through, okay, well, what can we do? If we're married, we're now here to build a new life, not necessarily live out what we thought married life would be, but truly come together, create a new life. And I just started Googling work from home because I knew I wanted to eventually be a mom, and thought I could never be a mom and teacher at the same time. And I figured I still would need to provide some financial stability. So, well, he did too. And so all that to say, I came across a bookkeeping ad, and the ad was for building a bookkeeping business. I just couldn't forget the video he had created. It just spoke right to me. It was like, hey, want to build some flexibility, want to build freedom, want to build, time into your day and family. And so, but he also kind of gave me, hey, here's the skills you need to have too. Like, you need to be a person who's on time. So he wasn't just fluffing everything. He was really trying to create a picture of what could be. And I showed it to Joey. We just kept talking about it. It was a little bit of an investment. We were just married, so didn't know if we wanted to throw that much money into it. But we did. We ended up investing in the course, and it took off from there. 2018, I got my first client in November, and I had one client. Man, that was the best feeling ever, getting that first client. So I know lawn care, there might be a little bit easier entry, but there's nothing like networking, and then finally seeing that reward of a first recurring monthly client. I knew I didn't want to just build a ton of clientele. I knew that's not my route. I wanted to build enough experience through the original clients I got, and then be able to niche down into an industry. So at the time, we had a cleaning client, we had a coffee shop,
a construction company.
We did have a lawn care company in town. And the more and more we did the lawn care, I just liked it. There were just some specific points about the lawn care I liked. I knew I didn't want to do anything with products, and so the coffee idea was out, even though I love coffee. I just said, I feel like my next phase in business, to be able to just really market, or to be able to just really propel ourselves forward, we need to just choose. And so we did. We sat down, and I was familiar with Jason Creel's event. I had kind of just been thinking about landscaping for a while, but also was looking into the cleaning world, that service-based industry. And so we did. One day I said, let's go with landscaping. We kind of listed pros and cons, had a conversation about it. I don't remember much about the conversation, but we were like, all right, landscaping it is.